All right, boys and girls, this is journal page 346, lesson 14.5. Using the Pythagorean theorem for this first part, tell whether the triangle with the given side lengths is a right triangle. Well, we know that a squared plus b squared equals c squared. The longest one is supposed to be the hypotenuse, so this would be c would be 18, so 18 squared. 10 squared, 14 squared. Well, we know 10 squared and 10 squared is 100. 14 squared, 196. And 18 squared, 324. So 196 plus 100 is 296, 324, not equal. And really with these, we should have little question marks over it. That's what we're checking. We don't want to put an equal sign in there if it's not equal. So for number one, we would put no. For number two, the longest one is 26, so we'll do 10 squared plus 24 squared equals 26 squared. Again, 10 squared is 100. 24 squared, 576. 26 squared, 676. 100 plus 576 is 676 equals 676. Yes, that is a right triangle because a squared plus b squared equaled c squared. Number three, they don't give us a triangle to look at, but we know that the longest one has to be the hypotenuse. So four squared plus 4.2 squared equals 5.8 squared. 4 squared is 16. 4.2 squared is 1764. Oddly enough, the same year I think Mr. Palm was born. And 5.8, 3364. 16 plus 17.62 would be 33.62. 33.64. Yikes, those are really close. But let's double check. 4.2 times 4.2 was 1764. I even said 1764. Glad I double checked. 3364, 3364, so this is a yes. It didn't seem that they would give us some that were so close together and make them different. Probably because I was making fun of Mr. Palm. Lesson to learn, do not make fun of people. Longest one here is that 35, so we'll put that here, 35 squared, 31 squared, 16 squared, well 31 squared, 961. 16 squared, 256. 35 squared, 1225. And 961 plus 256 is 1217. Not equal. No. And now we're to a different part of the lesson. Find the distance between 2 points. Now we did come up with this based on Pythagorean's theorem, so it's similar. But the distance formula, distance equals the square root of change in x squared plus change in y squared. So we get to plug these in. And we'll use the first one as x1. So 2 minus negative 3 is the same as 2 plus 3. We'll square that. Plus 1 minus 6. We'll square that. 2 plus 3 is 5 squared. Plus 1 minus 6 is negative 5 squared. 5 squared is 25. Negative 5 squared is 25. D equals the square root of 50. We can't do the square root of 50. It's an irrational number. We just leave our answer like that. Sorry, that is such an ugly square root sign, but it is a square root sign. Number 6, we'll use the same formula, but we'll plug into it. D equals negative 6 minus 2, negative 4 minus 2. Well, negative 6 minus 2 is negative 8 squared, plus negative 4 minus 2 is negative 6 squared. Negative 8 times negative 8 is 64. Negative 6 times negative 6 is 36. This is a square root of 100, which is a perfect square. Square root of 100 is 10. So D equals 10. Number 7. D equals the square root of 1 minus 4 squared plus negative 7 minus negative 5 will be plus 5 squared. 1 minus 4 is negative 3 squared, plus negative 7 plus 5 would be negative 2 squared. Negative 3 times negative 3 is 9. Negative 2 times negative 2 is 4. D equals the square root of 13. Cannot be simplified. And number 8. D equals negative 9 minus negative 5 is the same as plus 5 squared plus 3 minus negative 8, which is the same as plus 8 squared. Negative 9 plus 5 is negative 4 squared plus 3 and 8 is 11 squared. Negative 4 times negative 4 is 16. 11 times 11 is 121. 16 plus 121 is 137. D equals the square root of 137. Which is an irrational number, so we leave it just like that. Number 9, the cross section of a wheelchair ramp is shown. Does the ramp form a right angle? So here we go, just another one just like these up here. Number 9, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. The longest one is this 313, so that's the c squared. 313 squared, and we have 25 squared plus 312 squared. 25 squared, 625. 312 squared, 97,344. Obviously. Just do that mental math probably. 313 squared, 97,969. Add these two up. 96979 equals 97969. So yes, they are equal. So does the ramp form a right triangle? Yes, it does. Awesome. Well, that was a lot of fun. But if you have any questions, remember to come to tutoring or ask in class. We will see you tomorrow.